So here's the old fig, and there's old girl Fia, and they're trying to get in at all the leaves, all the growth. If the dogs aren't here, there'd be tons of growth coming out the sides. But I had a nice, they were able to get up to the tops here to eat everything, so I put the plastic pot over, and then they were pulling the pot off. So then these screws here, I had to drill them in. There was a nice growth here, and Nina let that one off. But they're actually biting into the bark there to get the leaves. I can't blame them because it's obviously got some medicinal value to them. Look, there they are. So I can't get any growth back on this. So this one here they haven't been able to get at. I fixed the pot in, and now I can just get some growth going. So hopefully I can get cuttings or scions off of this. I probably need like some sort of barrier around this, but it'd be too much messing around with it. So the two highest points, we'll see how we get on with these. She just pulled out a nice chunk of it there somewhere. So this is the Dixie Red that I moved out. There was a week or two ago. And we can see there is development there. Fresh leaves are coming out. And also, if we can get this to mug down. So we get these buds breaking out. Yeah, so new growth is coming on the Dixie Red, which is good. I think it was a good move by myself. It's cooler out here. The soil is going to be cooler. We'll see how we get on anyway. So here are the persimmons on the Giro. 2 left. I did have 3. 1 is gone. I think the birds might be trying to get at them, or I have increased the watering. Probably the volume has gone up a little bit because of with that heat wave, but they were used to getting watered, so we'll see how they get on. They're getting fed as well. Everything is going really well. The Asian Nashi, I snipped the tops off to get them to branch out. I think this is Chojuro. This is on a Kirchensaler rootstock. And that's the opposite to a dwarfen rootstock. They can get really big. So I'll definitely have to keep an eye on this one. They are looking very healthy though, looking good. So you got a plum there. I did have 2 to the front, and 1 just disappeared. This is a Stanley. I would like to get one. Just give you. I would like to get one, but you can actually see all the scrapings. See if I can get this to focus. Yeah, see all the scrapes, and I think there's a little bird poo on top. I think the birds have been at them. Got one of them, or maybe the dog. The dogs are opportunists. And then I noticed there's a little small one back in there. I might get two. I'd love to just get one, just to taste. It would make the year, but you can look to see the growth on it. It's fantastic. It's just the way it's fanned out. This is the Fuji. That's after coming on really strong. And I noticed even the branches that are coming off the sides here after thickening up. It obviously doesn't take long for fruit trees to get going, because I had to come down, and this little bit of wire here that was looped around holding it onto the branch, I had to open it up double the size, because the wire was starting to nearly cut into this branch here. So this branch is thickening up. It's looking nice and strong. I've been putting so much effort into the cutting out the hedge line there to allow more light, and the fruit trees. My wife did all the dry bed work. I didn't do anything. It's covered in weeds. I still have lots of stuff to get rid of. That can just sit there though. I didn't do any watering or anything. I allowed everything to really go dry. The grasses, everything was suffering here. Pampas, which is supposed to love the dry conditions, they're all going yellow. You can hear this is the Ricardii, I think it is. It's in New Zealand. It's gone yellow, straw yellow, half of it. Got this area here. I suppose by chance, the New Zealand stuff. That's why I put this loquat here, from the Montpellier loquat, I call it. This is the most toes. It's dropping leaves. Although there's no branches down here. It's starting to set seed. I'll definitely give that a go if they hold the seed. This is the Pseudopanax. Look at the leaves on this, absolutely fantastic. You gotta get yourselves these guys. Look, dynamite. And another New Zealand one here. That's the latest. This is the New Zealand Scheffler, and when I came out, this had basically completely collapsed and dehydrated. And I put it in here because it's a really dry area. But how dry is too dry? Came out, I've soaked it 2 evenings in a row, and it's like it just inflated itself, grew back up. Seeds after dropping some of the leaves. All the Tetrapanics, all the pups, they had all basically given up the ghost. Just gave them a good soak. Bananas are doing well. Even the Waggypams, Wagnerianus, they were under pressure, so you can see, look how dried up, completely dried up, spear pulled. And this is not from the cold. This is from being completely bone dry, just like everywhere, because we're on a slope. From up here, dropping all the way down, right to the very end. It's on the hill basically. I get some hydrogen peroxide and pour it in there and see if I can save it. But they were looking rough, and even the tips of the spears and some of them were looking rough. The giant bamboos that I had moved across, all the new growth, they were flopped completely on the ground. I've had to tie them up with an old boot lace. If I took out the boot lace, they would actually have they just fall over again. They should make it back. Here's the Normandy cider apple tree, the Michelin cider apple tree. So this graft looks like it's after taken. This one didn't. So I came down, cut the top here, and we got some growth. There we go. And that one, I think we've got growth on them all. Maybe not that one. This one. But if I could get one off of each, I used the Fuji, so that will actually go at the far end up here where there's much more light, and then I'll put some Spartan on it next year. Gunner's doing okay. Yeah, so the giant rhododendrons, Sina Grande, this had completely collapsed. All the leaves were all down by its side. Absolutely saturated it. Come back really strong. Just look at the mug, side of the leaves. They can be different though, because this one over here is in a much drier spot. This looked really rough, but they started to come up again. The Scheffler's doing really well. This one had completely collapsed over as well. This Scheffler was like this, like these leaves here. Oh look, they're gone. And yeah, I'm just being so focused on other jobs, I didn't get these done. See a lot of the leaves here. This is one of the giant leaves. This is the Magnolia triplata. But yeah, the leaves look. So this one's doing really well. That's kind of more hidden. This little corner here. Not doing too good. I did give it a good soak though. Trackies are doing well. This is the pathway across. Looks good, doesn't it? Got plenty of height left and right. Miscanthus giganteus. And these are the bamboos. This is supposed to be 1046. Getting nice big culms. It's just a giant blue bamboo. This is the Vivax. Getting some big culms. It doesn't take long. They're all hitting well over 20 feet. Eucalyptus. I don't feed them anymore now, they're established. And the big worry was the Cordyline australis. This was the one that was in the dry bed, I think. With all the agaves and stuff. It's still got some green at the top, I'm not too sure. I'm going to leave it there anyway. It looks dead, but I'm going to leave it there. I might throw something out from the base. These things can come back from the dead nearly. This is the one that had the 4 small trunks on it. Cut away 2 to lessen the stress of the transplant. It's doing alright. This big one here, can't believe this one made it. And it went into flower, so there's actually 2 heads here. And we've got another one here. Looking a bit rough, but they're going to look great. And I think this is a, what was this one? I can't remember the name. Basically another big blue bamboo. Starting to throw up again, much drier area over here. Paulownia, the Empress tree. Chefret. Yeah, so I finished off the wire. I should say we finished off the wire. I still have the concrete in the base. I'm not really worried about getting chickens at the moment. So there's another magnolia up here. The Spanish daggers are doing really well. Yeah. So this is a Florida native, but it actually got fried here in the southeast of Ireland. So it just shows you that everything needs the doesn't have the big leaves it did last year. I just didn't get around to this is the Ashii magnolia. It gets huge leaves, but not this year. Started taking down tops and branches of trees here for more light to get through. this took a bit of a wallop of the Scots pine here. Lost some of the branches and leaves. So that's over 7 feet to there. Basically don't do anything with it. Trachycarpus princeps. That's looking really well. So I've added a couple of Scheffler Taiwanianus. One over in the back there, one here, just to balance out the one here. Make sure you're soaking the crown of the tree fern. So this is 6, 7, that's over 8 feet to there. That's after getting huge. I don't feed them or don't do anything with them. Once they get established, this took a bit of a wallop as well. It was clearing in here. Took off a branch. A lot of debris, leaves. The Nanus hybrids across here doing well.